We've just seen how the University of Michigan is using solar energy in the auto industry. But if you're going to talk about Michigan, it's only natural to talk about Ohio State. The ongoing solar research in Columbus won't get you from place to place like a car, but it may change your most cherished destination, home. Building a home from scratch. Typically, such a daunting task would be reserved for professionals. But thanks to the United States Department of Energy's Solar Decathlon, students from The Ohio State University have twice had the chance to match wits with college teams from around the world in a competition to design, build, and operate solar-powered houses that are cost-effective, energy-efficient, and architecturally attractive.
It's a way to challenge students outside of the classroom. It's also a way to get multiple disciplines throughout the university working together. If you're a business major or an architecture major, you don't typically work with non-majors or other faculty or students. This project allows everyone to come together and work on one large-scale project.
In 2011, more than 70 Ohio State students boasting 13 different majors collaborated to build Encore, a family-friendly residential home that met the contest's stringent parameters. Encore could be no more than 1,000 square feet in size and had to cost less than $250,000.
We looked at the size of homes for families in the early 1900s and found that people were living with approximately 1,200 square feet for almost 4 people. Nowadays, we're living with upwards of 2,000 square feet for less than 3 people. So we wanted to bring that kind of economy of space back into focus. So the idea of Encore was to condense all the mechanical systems into one space, the core, and then have the living space radiate out from the core.
We had all the social spaces and all the private spaces kind of rotating around this central core area. Then your duct runs are a lot shorter, so that makes it more efficient for heating. And then we have, a lot more daylight on the south side of the house, so that's where all the open spaces were. So you have your living, dining, kitchen, the open concept plan on the south, and then you have the private bedrooms on the north, where you have less windows, which is better for insulation and keeping the house warmer, so we're using less energy.
The core itself offers a lot of benefits in terms of energy efficiency. We have much shorter runs to all the appliances for the hot water, and to compound that, we've actually made each run for hot water individual. It makes for quicker water delivery and fewer standby losses. The point of making the core compact and small is that it keeps it all in one module. When you ship a house like this, it's actually in 3 pieces. So by keeping the service sector in one module, you're ensuring that A, it's going to be assembled right, and B, you can do it quickly.
Encore was built on campus in Columbus and then transported to the nation's capital for the Solar Decathlon competition. Once in Washington, the home was open to the public to demonstrate energy-efficient construction and living. All the houses were then judged in 10 contest areas.
These competitions really helped me to become more aware of what technology is out there in terms of energy efficient technologies and solar technologies in particular. But then I also sort of realized where the gaps were, and I found out as an engineer where I could start filling in those gaps.
19 teams competed in the 2011 Solar Decathlon. Encore finished 5th. The home is currently used at Ohio State as an educational tool, but sometime in the future may be donated to a family in a lower-income neighborhood. Ohio State's 2009 Solar Decathlon entry called Solar House 1 remains on display at the Columbus Zoo.
The response to having the house here has been a lot greater than any of us anticipated. I think the Solar House helps us share environmental messaging with children. The Solar House helps Ohio State tell the story of how solar technology and solar panels, solar energy can work in Ohio. maybe they'll remember they saw it at the zoo and it was built by students. You know, their students, and this was built by students, and so hopefully it's just going to become integrated into how they think about things in the future.
The first thing a lot of people notice about Solar House 1 and the other Solar Decathlon entries is the photovoltaic system. That's what people commonly refer to as the solar panels. The HVAC system in Solar House 1 is actually quite complex, and it's one of the reasons that the house is so efficient. In the wintertime, the majority of the heat is provided by a radiant floor system. We run hot water through the system, and that's what provides the heat for the home.
This house was built as a modular house, so there's storage all over the place. This is where we've decided to store our dining room chairs, but you could really put anything in there, anything you want. This is the main living area, but it can also become a bedroom just as quickly. Here we have a Murphy bed that slides all the way out and will fold down to become the bedroom.
Oh gosh, I love that project. I love the students. I love the fact that it's student center, 70 students get together and they say we're going to build this house that's going to be better than any house of its kind in the world.
They start off very much doing this on a volunteer basis, but it becomes a big advantage when they do go onto the job market to have had this experience. And we've had several people who've gotten jobs in related areas, or other people have said, you know, I probably got that job because I was involved in Solar Decathlon.
I think the impact is the fact that it shows our students early on that they can have a major role to play in the role of sustainability and in redirecting our resources in this country and beyond. And I think that that is a very healthy way to think about what we're doing with Solar Decathlon.